Hi, I'm Gloria. Thank you for coming back to my Yahoo channel for glows, wicklets, and more. I wanted to show you some plugins and stuff today to explain a few things on them. The Venetia is this one, which I already have put together. This is extremely pretty. It's got the gold lines with the red. It's the black on top, and then here's what it looks like on the base. As you can tell, it's a very, very good size. And our plugins are basically $20, which I think is really a very good price for them. Excuse me. I feel so much better, by the way. It's like, oh my God, I got some energy and stuff. I'm like, just wait. But it's very, very pretty. You can see the colors, the gold lines. It is gold lines down there. And that's what the base and stuff looks like. And I'm going to show you how it is when it comes out of the box. The other one that I have that I want to show you and explain the base and stuff to you is called Bronze Age. This is the Bronze Age. And this was the box for the other. I hope I pronounced it correctly. There we go. And when I do my tagging on the inside, I do it on the lip. And that's where you'll find my tag and stuff. If you get anything from anybody else, or like with mine, my tags and stuff will be in there. Now, the Bronze Age is extremely pretty also. So I want to show you, when you open up, you do have your card that explains things right here on the top. I can hold that correctly. So this is on the top. I'm going to knock everything else out. This is how it comes on this part here on the top part of the box, because the warmer part's on the bottom of it. You have an extra seal type. This is a thinner, which I've never had to use. It is in there if you do think you need it, or if you want to try it. Or of course, I haven't tried that many warmers. The ones I've had, I do not need it, but it is there in the box for you. So you get your, sort of like a nightlight bulb, it's a 15-watt bulb, just like that. Now the warmer piece is right here. That's the base. The white part is the base. And that's in the top of the box. And then when you take this out, which everything is packed extremely well, your warmer part is here on the bottom. Now this is the Bronze Age. Very, very pretty. Of course, I think they're all beautiful. But this is like a bronze, and you see it's almost like the clouds. It's the designs. It's not a glow through. It's very, and here it's on the top, which is the bronzy type color, almost like a brownish. Very slick, because that's where your scent goes into. This is almost like a satiny. It's very nice. And you have the holes that go around that will light up. The shine will come through there. Now here's how the bottom is. Now this is important to know, because this is where it goes on for the bulb, and I'll show you how to attach it. But if you notice, one side's a little slimmer, one side's a little bit longer, and there's a reason for that. So not just for putting it on, but there's another reason for that. So that's the warmer type. Now when it comes to the base, which we love the base, one of the main features is on the front. It's an on and off switch. And I'll put the bulb in for you real quick so you know exactly where we're at. Now see, when it comes to the washer, to hold this a little bit tighter, the one that's on here is this right here. You see a little bit better, and it's thick. It's very thick. It does quite fine. Then you have these here that goes in that little part. This is how you slip it on, and I'll show you that in a second. But there's a screw on the side. Now this screw is to help fasten it down so nobody can twist it. If animals rub it, if you have kids in the house, like I have 2 grandbabies, 2 of the grandchildren are underage anyway. And that does come in helpful. I haven't really had to use it myself. Mine's been tight enough, and then mine's usually in the kitchen or in towards the bathroom. But if you do think you have problems, you can go ahead and put this through, and I'll show you where that goes. And this is what it looks like through, and then you do have a button right here, and that's because the plug is like this, which fits basically all the sockets. No matter which way your socket's going, you'll be able to put this and adapt it to it, which is extremely nice to do. You have your Scentsy there, so you just push the button enough to loosen it up. It will not go this way. It always goes this way. So as soon as it's loose, and then you turn it. So, and this is the 3-prong. This is just the plastic piece for the 3-prong outlets to cover the hole. And then if it's upside down, the other way, you just push the button again. It goes that way. And it does have the one bigger, one smaller. And you twist it one more time, it goes the other way. Now, it will not go anymore. And then when every one, you can hear it click, and it's locked in. It's not going to go anywhere. That's totally locked in. You do have to rotate all the way back depending. So this, no matter what the situation is and what the outlet is, you got it covered. With these, you absolutely have it covered. Lock it back in. Now when you put it on, like I said, the long hole is basically where the screw is going to go into. So depending on how you put this in here, and you're supposed to do like a 90-degree turn. So if you put it on those prongs, this here and this here, has to go into that, and then you twist. You push down a little bit and then twist. Now you see, if I leave it like that, I got it in a small hole. You can't put the screw in there. See how this hole still shows right there? That's where the screw is going to go into when you screw it in, and then that puts like a little, it's like a little prong, and you cannot get past it. It will not be able to screw past that. So I would need to take it back out and then go the other way. So technically, your on and off button should face the small one, this one here. So this faces this way, and then you push and turn 90 degree, which is halfway. Sorry, I have cat hair. My kitties love to come up here and do all this. And let me make sure I have that on there all the way. Yes, I do. I was looking to see now the littler hole, the smaller holes over here, you can barely see in there. I'm not sure that's catching it or not. Now this one here, it will when you screw it in, which I think you can use like if you have glasses or anything you need like the eyeglass screwdrivers and stuff for, that would fit it. It is a Phillips head screwdriver, which I have just a little one here. But when you screw this in, it will go right in there. If I can get the, you can tell I didn't do this one first yet, sorry. And it heads right for that hole. Make sure you're lined up right. Let's see. Sorry, I'm not thinking this is really going to show up very well. But it goes all the way in, and then it stops when it gets into this little part right here. That's when the screw will stop. And then that, if I can get in there and see, you see the screw is up into that hole. So now it can go nowhere. It will go nowhere. And they're totally secure with that washer that's on there. Even without the screw, I haven't had problems, but it's not going to go anywhere. It's fastened in there. It's not going to go anywhere. You can't turn the base anymore. It's locked in. This is locked in. Everything is fine. So then once you get it together like this, plug it into your wall. Just hit your little button because your light bulb's already in there, and it'll light up beautifully, and it'll warm up. These do hold up to 2 cubes. I usually use 1, but you can use 2. It says that you can use 2. And your instructions are everything right there in the top. All that's going to be on here. All your information part here. And the only thing I wanted to show you, besides the plug-ins and explain that part, we do have the stands. It was after the Christmas one, and some of the people that really helped me out with my launch party stuff, they did have some questions. They were worried a little bit about the heat on the countertop, which they don't get that hot. That's one thing about Scentsy. They will not burn your animals. There's no smoke. There's no soot, which is why I got into them a long time ago, because we definitely have fur babies, which is basically the cats. And my one is a very long-haired tabby with a feather-type tail. We did have candles originally when we started with him. He burned his paw because it would burn the hair that was like in his paw. He has gotten some of the wax. He'll run his tail through it, not knowing it, from my warmers before. And it basically combed out very well. Some of it would come out on the hair, and you have a little bit of, you know, this and that, but it won't burn. The warmers never get hot enough to burn. The wax does not get hot enough to burn, which is one reason I love Scentsy. That's one of my main things, is for the fur babies. For the grandbabies, I don't have to worry about them dipping their finger in it. They dip their finger in it. It's just like paraffin wax. It just, like, you know, turns to wax on their finger away. No burn. No burn. They have no problems with that, which is why I also love it. And I don't think they get warm enough on the counter. I don't put anything underneath mine. Some people do for decoration. Some people like to have them lifted anyway. Now, we do have the stands, which I have 3 here that I can show you. Our basic ones, which these are nice and solid. You can probably use them for more than just the warmer. And it says Scentsy in them. This is the square stand. And this is how big it is, if you can see. And it's got the Scentsy cut right out. And it's fairly thick. It's very, very, very sturdy. So I like these a lot. And you probably do, like I said, a lot more than just the warmers and stuff with them. You can probably use them for, they're versatile. You can use them for other things or other items. And which I don't have the warmer out right now. I'll probably show you another next warmer that I show. I'll keep one of these out, and then I'll show you what it looks like on it. So that's the square one. Then we also have the round one, same way. And it's round. It's like 5 point something. It's 5-inch point something for the diameter on it. And it's the same thing. It's heavier. Very, very solid. Very, very nice. They're sort of like a brownish type color. They're really sweet. Now I do also have the one that's a web, and it's supposed to look like a web, which to me it almost looks like a gate thing to me, but it is. It's the web design, and it's got those kind of feet, but it's solid in the center, and it's got the web. It's very sturdy. I mean, it's not like it's not like a mesh thing or something. It's not going to move. So it's as solid. It's as solid as like the other ones. The other ones are just thicker in the lines and everything. So that's the way. Do I have it upside down? There it goes. And like I said, this one actually has like a more of a brush finish. It's got a little bit different tint to it, which I like also very well. And on the bottoms of the feet, they do have like a rubber. I don't know, that'll show up as well. It's like a little bit of a rubber type foot on them. And that's what they're like, and they're right there. So, but I just want to show you that and make a quick video. So thank you very much for coming back and seeing me. And if you do, and do me a favor, and if you do like some of the videos and stuff, can you please hit subscribe? I would appreciate that. Any comments or anything that you want to know or you want to see, if I have it available to be able to see, and stuff, or any kind of information, just let me know. Thank you very much. Bye.